SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are covering Week 13 in college football, and we're talking right now with Steve from collegefootballwinning.com, who went 2-0 against the spread in his free picks videos with us, and then went 4-2 against the spread at his site with his algorithmic plays to maintain his overall record this year at over 70%. That is an unbelievable record. Steve, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you for having me back, Peter.
All right, before we get into Arizona State, UCLA, tell people how to sign up if they want to for your site.
We would love people to come and join us at collegefootballwinning.com. We are a company that was founded picking games algorithmically. All we do is college football. So far this year, we are 70.59% against the spread in those algorithmic games, as you said. So if they want to join us, go to collegefootballwinning.com, put in coupon code SBR20. You'll get 20% off of any membership that we're currently offering.
All right, sounds great. Last week, we previewed the UCLA game, and I told you that I thought, man, that line just didn't make sense to me. You agreed. We both like UCLA, and they did wind up getting a relatively easy, comfortable cover. Here we are. We're taking UCLA again. They're a 2.5-point home underdog to Arizona State. And again, this line just doesn't quite make sense to me, and I'm not exactly sure why this is. I don't quite think that UCLA has quite the advantage that I saw in their game last week. But again, you know, both these teams are top 20 teams. UCLA is actually ranked higher than Arizona State. Not that the rankings, you know, are that significant, but you know, suffice to say they appear to be relatively equal on paper. UCLA is at home. Why are they a home underdog? I don't know. I think that UCLA plus 2.5 is once again a good bet. Is that what you like here?
I actually, very close. I like the UCLA side, but I think it's important to get that full field goal. And as we're taping this, you can get that at Bovada or at the Greek. But if not, if you can't get that, I actually think it's worth buying that half point and make sure you get that field goal. As you said, these two teams are pretty evenly matched on paper. So here's the difference as we see it. Second-year head coach Jim Mora Jr., he's got an excellent against the spread record at UCLA so far, 62.5% against the spread. Even better at home, 66.67% against the spread at home, and 4-1 against the spread so far in 2013 at home. And that's not a Jim Mora Jr. thing. That's a UCLA thing. UCLA over the last 11 years against the spread at home, they're winning at a rate of 64.18%. That's one of the best against the spread home field advantages in all of college football. So this, you could almost think of this as sort of a real estate game. Why real estate? Because location, location, location. That makes all the difference here. Arizona State, under second-year head coach Todd Graham, he has a pretty good against the spread record himself, 56.52% against the spread so far at Arizona State, but just 40% against the spread in away games. And that includes being 1-3 against the spread in away games this year, 2013. And just like the flip side of the UCLA Jim Mora Jr. thing, that is not just a Todd Graham thing at Arizona State. That's an Arizona State thing. They're not a particularly good against the spread team in away games. Last 11 years, they're winning at a rate of just 37.7% against the spread. That is very bad, making them one of the worst against the spread away teams. So true this year, true historically. 5 of Arizona State's 7 straight-up losses under Graham have been in away games. Arizona State is just 2-6-1 against the spread versus FBS competition when they're held under 4 rushing yards per carry. That's under Graham. That includes going 0-4 against the spread this year when they are held under 4 rushing yards per carry. Now, UCLA has allowed a total of 3 out of 10 teams to rush for at least 4 yards per carry. Those 3 teams were Oregon, Arizona, and New Mexico State. Now, Oregon, obviously, you know the tale of the tape when it comes to rushing with them. They're number 7 in rushing yards per carry in the country. Arizona, you know the deal with them. They have the number 2 rusher in America in Kadeem Carey, so UCLA can be forgiven a bit with those 2 teams. And the third team is New Mexico State, and the only reason New Mexico State got over 4 yards per carry is because running the ball during junk time in an absolute blowout to UCLA. So those Oregon and Arizona games, they were both away games. So once again, location, location, location. Arizona State's running back, Marion Grice, number 2 in the country in touchdowns so far this year. He's got 20 touchdowns versus in the FBS. He's got 20 touchdowns. This guy has 17 of those 20 touchdowns in home games, just 3 in away games. So once again, location. Turnover margin. We could do this with almost any stat. Turnover margin. Arizona State, 10th in the nation when it comes to that all-important turnover margin. They're at plus 10, but they're plus 12 at home, minus 2 in away games so far this year. So it truly comes down to UCLA playing at home, Arizona State playing away. We like UCLA getting that field goal, even if you have to buy half a point.
All right, so then very quickly, I mean, I can tell you right now what all the people at SBRforum.com are going to be saying. They're going to be saying UCLA is a higher-ranked team than Arizona State. Arizona State, though, is favored on the road. Why is that? Vegas is not stupid. It's that line for a reason. They're trying to trap you. They're going to say, obviously, the red side here is Arizona State. UCLA is a trap. Why, then, is the line where it is?
I actually don't think that we are being trapped here necessarily. You know, this game opened right around where we thought the odds makers would put this game. So if you just look at them quantifiably on paper, you know, the quant guys really love Arizona State. Mm-hmm. So numerically, if you look at the people who put out power ratings, and we do our own power ratings here, but numerically, Arizona State is the better team overall on paper than UCLA, at least quantitatively. Plus, UCLA is dealing with real injury concerns, notably on the offensive line and with their running back depth. And Arizona State is relatively healthy, especially considering how far we are into the season here. So I don't think this is a trap game. I think this line is right where it's supposed to be. Only what we're saying here is UCLA does have an against the spread advantage at home, and Arizona State has a disadvantage away.
Okay, sounds great. Steve from collegefootballwinning.com liking UCLA +3. Thanks, Steve. Talk to you next week.